Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I have a short conclusion video for you for the Bellum Lacum. I already waited too much for that video, so I will try to be short and then move on further battle report where I have much more action than the battle played during this Bellum Lacum. So the result, we ended up being below the podium, unfortunately, with 2 lost rounds. I think a very logical podium here with Piloli that won all day 5 rounds, inclusive the final against Team QTL, who ended up 3rd place. And then we have TRC on the 2nd spot. So well done to all this team. I think they've done amazing during this event and it's well-deserved podium. And yeah, we just ended up 6 points away from them, from the QTL. But I think we made multiple mistakes on the round 1 and 5, which cost us at the end a lot of points. And we were unable to defend our crown from last year. So congrats to the Italian team that did tremendous during this year tournament. Here, as a reminder, you have my list, and this is the very empty unit impact analysis. I didn't have much action. I think I don't have a lot to say, to be honest. I think most of all my matchup estimation were accurate. I had a lot of very closed matchup with not a lot of stuff to do. Even the 20-0 was a game where my opponent tried to avoid me mostly, and I was able to catch him. But basically, in those 4 games, I didn't have much action, or at least the purpose of my opponent was really to stop the game or to refuse the game. And in the game against Benji, he wanted to try out the matchup a bit, which ended up being positive for me, with some action and some good performance from Incarnate and Overlord, and the same in the game against Sorian Ancient. So basically, what can I say about the list? Yeah, I was pretty happy about Occultism as always. I can't say if it's enough for Magic. It was this tournament, but with more action in combat, maybe it's not. It's something I will need to try out. The Vizier was useful to bring additional combat result into the Blunderbuss unit. The Overlord and the Titan were my 2 flexible pieces, able to go in combat and do damage and add some lateral movement to the list. So I really like a lot those pieces. Slave in core, I think it's a debate. I could potentially switch one of them for Vassal to have an additional scoring unit in core. I think I miss here a scoring unit in the list, so that's something I could consider. The rest of the core was pretty decent, I felt. And then in special, my Incarnate were, I think, those who shine the most in the combat that I had, the couple of combat. So yeah, they're always awkward to move due to lack of musician, but again, a solid combat performance from them. And the 2 Anointed, I didn't manage to do much with them. I wasn't really tested in combat. They suffer from range damage. I wasn't able to do a lot with them, so I was a bit disappointed, but I think yeah, I need to try them out more. I don't know if I would play again 2 times 3, maybe 1 time 3 is enough, so that's something I need to think. And then the Bastion, yeah, is basically something brings a lot of solidity and stability to the list, so I always like a lot this piece. And performance-wise, I was pretty okay with what I did. I didn't really manage to open the games more, sometimes due to misplaced chaff or not really able to activate more, so potentially I could have done better here. But most of the time we were pretty okay, and I was going towards my estimation. Didn't really manage to open game more, and as you can see, secondary wise, I had a lot of draws. I had a lot of drawish secondary as well. If you see, capture the flags doesn't encourage a lot the opponent to play, and basically we had 2 times a draw. Then I had the first breakthrough, who was a draw, and at the end the UD, who also was a draw on the secure target, where we were both on 1 point and very denial mode. So not a lot of opportunities here to collect more points on secondary. Yeah, I think I said it all. I will be trying out some more option in the coming battle report with much more action, but I think the list did decent. I think 65 is a decent result. Sometimes, yeah, I would have liked to be able to open a bit more the games, so maybe I need to find myself in the game some ways to do it. I think it's mainly due to the chaff and the way I play the slave, and to be able to move a bit more forward. And sometimes, yeah, it's also due maybe to lack of training on some matchups. So definitely some things that I can improve in games where I felt maybe sometimes that I could have done slightly more. Here I really didn't manage to, and my opponent were in those games also happy to play denial and happy to not take further risk to stay on 10-10 or to lose slightly in the case of the game against Warrior of the Dark God. So not very exciting tournament for you to watch, I agree, but you should be looking forward to the upcoming battle reports. I just came back from a training weekend in Dijon against a French team where we had 3 fascinating games with a lot of action, so I'm really looking forward to report you those games. And I'm also playing at the moment a tournament online where I have a couple of battle reports coming up, so plenty of stuff coming up on the channel. Thanks for watching, talk to you soon on the channel, bye.